Suzuki Iruma is about to become even more broken. After succeeding with his haunted house, he was granted permission to take the special exam Scala, which will make him rank 6. This rank up is way more challenging than ever before, since this is beginning to reach the level of the teachers of Babylus. I mean, for comparison, Azazel Amory had to catch a dangerous criminal to achieve this rank, and now it's Iruma's turn. He's about to grow even more powerful and get closer to his goal. But this has me wanted to talk about all of Iruma's previous rank ups, before we really get into the exam for Rank Vav. By the way, if you guys do want videos on those new chapters that are releasing pretty much weekly, then make sure to subscribe and like the video for more Iruma content, and more content in general for that matter. So let's rewind all the way back to Iruma's starting rank, which he got after his summoning exam and race for the flag early on. Now, Iruma did not receive a rank in the same way as other demons since, well, he's human. In his summoning exam, he summoned Kalego, so it wasn't really possible to measure his power there. And then in the race, he came back with the Guardian of the Valley, so yeah. Furthermore, when he was about to receive his rank from the owl, it made a loud screech that had not happened in hundreds of years. So instead of a rank, Iruma was given a ring, the Gluttonous Feeder Ring, or also known as the Ring of Solomon. This plays a major factor in how Iruma's powers increase throughout the series alongside his rank. But because of everything that's happened before this point, he couldn't really be leveled. So Iruma was given the lowest rank, aka Alef, much to the chagrin of Asmodeus. Obviously this was unfortunate, but it does give us a great starting point for Iruma. He actually had no desire to rank up to begin with, and was happy to just breeze by as a background character. That is, until he spoke to Amory. You guys should already know because of my video on their relationship, but she inspires Iruma more than anyone, and she was one who made him realize that he needs to grow to find his own desire. So Iruma commits to trying to rank up, which first comes in the form of a dodgeball tournament. Iruma quickly realizes that even though he may be great at avoiding attacks, he's pretty far behind his classmates because of their magic, so he begins his first training arc. Opera is the one to train him to not be afraid of the ball and go against his instincts. Now you may think this is a bad idea, since he could be sacrificing his overpowered ability to dodge everything, you know, his ultra instinct, but it actually gives him a significant power increase. And you're probably wondering how? Well, by actually going against his instincts, he's able to actually use them to his advantage. The whole dodgeball match is complete chaos. Like, it reminded me of Hunter x Hunter type shit. And it eventually comes down to Iruma and his closest friend up until this point, Asmodeus. Asmodeus was by far the strongest in the class, being given rank 4 immediately, which is unheard of and was stated by Kalego to already be equal, if not stronger, to upperclassmen. To be fair, he is the son of a 13 crown, so it figures that his power would match that. And despite his admiration for Iruma, he goes all out in his final attack to not disrespect Iruma's commitment. But Iruma runs towards the danger of Asmodeus' insanely powerful throw. He uses the immense power of this throw against him by using rotational force, returning the ball, and winning the battle, and officially ranking up to Bet. For the next rank up, we have to fast forward all the way to the Battler Party arc. Iruma had not yet found his ambition and viewed raising his rank as more of a practice goal, so he joins a battler with Amy Kirio. Now we all know how this went down, but let's just ignore that for this video. Iruma creates fireworks as his presentation with his friends, but Amy sabotaged everything and turned it into an actual explosion. Iruma immediately uses Panda Ruler, which involves using all of the magic he has, which matches the power of Sullivan, who is the strongest character in the entire series, to break through Kirio's barrier magic. Obviously this is a one-time attack, but even here at only rank 2, Iruma was matching one of the strongest demons ever. So, alongside his grandpa, they succeed in saving the school. Unfortunately for Iruma, they don't actually win the grand prize to rank up, but because of Iruma's antics, they added a new award, the Tricky Award. So Iruma is granted a rank up as the leader, since Kirio was, well, MIA, and Asmodeus and Clara chose Iruma to take the rank. So he officially moves up to rank Gimel. Now, this is where Alicred starts to appear, aka his ring, which manifests completely with his own personality. He's had instances in the past of showing up, like when he first got the ring, and when he actually tried to warn Iruma about Kirio, but here he can actually speak. And of course, this means that the more he ranks up, the more powerful he'll become. This gives Iruma extra incentive to rank up because he wants Ali cred to continue to evolve and find himself. Iruma being rank 3 at this point is impressive, but not unheard of for a first year. I mean, Asmodeus was rank 4 instantly, which is crazy when we look back on it, as even the Demon Lord candidates were around this rank in their first year, so Asmodeus is no joke. I am tempted to do a full video on Asmodeus, similar to my video on Amory, so let me know if you guys actually want to see that. Anyway, the next huge event in Babylos is the Harvest Festival, in which the winning student will be named as the Young King, and granted another rank up. Now, of course, Best Girl Amory was the previous winner, so now it's Iruma's turn. Before the event takes place, Iruma and the rest of the Misfits have their first big training arc, with Iruma specifically being trained by Barbatos Bachiko, who, as we know, became a huge figure in the demon world. She's not only the vice president of the Barbatos clan, but also a member of the 13 Crowns, and she specializes in archery. So she teaches Iruma how to properly utilize his desires and turn them into a bow, which is where we get this badass scene. Therefore, Iruma trains intensely for the Harvest Festival, but when the time arrives, his instinct takes over and he barely gets any points, so he actually has to try and get the legendary leaf, which is worth 100,000 points, and including the pot you need, it's 120,000, so when split between Iruma and Lead, it's 60,000 points each. I'm obviously not going to go over the entire arc, but Iruma really does prove himself, as now he's a master of archery and a master of evasion, making him a force to be reckoned with, and they win the Harvest Festival. So Iruma is officially made rank Daleth, aka rank 4. Now rank 4 puts him on the same level as Asmodeus and the other candidates for Demon King, because as we see later, they are rank 5, and we can assume that they ranked up to rank 5 at around the same point that Iruma did. And unlike Iruma, I very much doubt that they were put at such a low rank right at the beginning, so it's a lot more impressive for Iruma. I will be honest though, he doesn't really do much as a rank 4 since he had the music festival to focus on immediately after, so not much combat. But another reason he didn't do as much as rank 4 was because he was made rank 5 almost immediately by Amdusius, and he is separated from his classmates as they are, well, ranked Alef, and Iruma is all on his own as rank He. If it wasn't clear enough, this really sets in stone that Iruma is the leader of the Misfits class. He's already been said to be so in the past and has led them like he did when he was in his evil phase, but since Asmodeus was always ahead of him in ranks, people always kind of doubted it, but now he really is the leader of not just the Misfits, but you could say all of Babylos. Obviously Amory is the highest ranking student, but she's a second year, and Iruma has been causing drama and had the spotlight on him the entire time he's been at Babylos. Anyway, from this rank up, we see Iruma's biggest power up yet, because Ali-san completely evolves, beginning in chapter 175. We find out that after Iruma was promoted to rank 4, Ali-san went into a slumber, likely to prepare for his evolution, but then Iruma ranked up again, so now he's on a completely different level as shown by his new form. Ali-san describes it as being reborn, and his new repertoire of skills and magic has been increased to new heights. He also isn't tethered to the ring anymore, but he's still connected to Iruma's soul, so he can't really escape. This is big though, because in the future we could see Ali-san and Iruma actually fighting side by side, instead of Ali-san just giving Iruma power, which I think would be awesome. Iruma does let us know in chapter 177 that he's now committed to ranking up even more, since he learns more and more about himself when he does, so he's going to aim even higher. Now to truly understand the evolution I was just talking about, we have to skip forward to the Evador games, where Iruma, or should I say Irumi, really shows what they're made of. The main event Iruma takes part in is the target takedown, where everyone else is struggling to hit the high speeding targets. That is until Iruma floats up out of nowhere and destroys the target with ease, showing that he's completely mastered Fractal and his archery is better than ever. Iruma and Ali-san are able to spawn more arrows than ever, and as I said earlier, Iruma dodges incoming attacks whilst firing his bow and destroying the targets. The other contestants can't do anything. It's completely unfair. Iruma's so broken that he's able to copy Barbatos Bachiko a little, using 4 full shots at the same time. I mean, to be fair, I do say copy Bachiko, but she can actually fire 100 shots, making her at least 25 times stronger than Iruma, but let's just ignore that. But anyway, despite me saying that Bachiko is so much stronger, it doesn't stop the fact that Iruma's archery was so busted that even the Barbatos president took note and wanted to recruit him. Obviously, he was already Bachiko's student, but he didn't know this, and he actually stated that he could be an instrumental part of the Barbatos' future, as his archery was close to perfect, showing that just like Asta from Black Clover, just because he doesn't have natural magic, doesn't mean he's not talented. Anyway, Iruma has been ranked 5 for a while now, even during the entire entire Heartbreaker arc, where he played a huge part in the Misfits' victory. Iruma manages to fight Shida, a new teacher, and of course, a member of the Six Fingers, so she's no joke, even after he said he's never won against her. Iruma's able to use skills better than ever, like using Fractal to pin her to the wall, and having full control over his arrows and his archery, which he used masterfully to strip her, which we all know is definitely because of his new rank and Alisan's new powers. Shida was obviously holding back considerably, but it does still show that Iruma has not just grown in ranks, but his maturity, because he was never actually afraid during this entire confrontation. And then to top it all off, he stops Robin, one of the best archers in the Demon World, and as he does so, Iruma reminds Robin of Bachiko. So Iruma single-handedly changed the tides of battle here. Yes, Iruma didn't win in the Heartbreaker arc as Medeus did, but the loss actually drives him further, as he tells Amory that he wants to catch up to her more than ever, since remember, she's only one rank ahead of him now, but she's on the road to rank up to Zion, so Iruma is still considerably far behind. Now yes, Iruma showed in the curriculum that he's built different, but I'm going to skip over that since it doesn't really pertain to his rank ups. Iruma did manage to impress Mephisto though, with his archery as he defeated the Kraken, or one of the Krakens. Either way, it was impressive. So chapter 328 reintroduced the battler. Unlike the first time when Kiryu was running the scene, Iruma really was in charge here, and due to his incredible work leading the Haunted House project, he was supposed to be given the Rank Vav, but it wasn't that easy. People may have been angry about this, but realistically, Iruma has been ranking up far too fast, and too easily, especially now that we know that he gets tremendous power increase because of it. The teachers have limits to the ranks they can give out to students, which makes sense. I mean, remember that Amory stated that rank Zion or 7 is around the same level as the average teacher, so they can't start giving out ranks to people that are gradually getting to their level, it just wouldn't make sense. So instead, Iruma has to take a special exam, Scala, which is administered by the organization at the heart of the 13 Crowns. And so the next arc is underway. So you might be wondering, how do you get Rank Vav? Well, he simply has to prove that he's a useful asset to the demon world. This may seem easy, but for comparison, Amory had to catch a huge criminal of the border control and was recognized because of that. But then Mephisto tells Iruma that they should found the country, which, I don't know about you guys, seems like a bit much. This isn't simply an exam though, this is serious. Iruma has the duty of helping people protect an endangered race, and it's genuinely important for the future of the demon world. Oh yeah, and by the way, we just saw from the recent chapter of Iruma that the high rank promotion exam Scala is actually a stepping stone for demons to begin to make a name for themselves. We know that Iruma already has inside of Babulus, but this is really the start of what's going to make everyone know about him. I mean, this is an exam that's overseen by the 13 Crowns, and the rate of demons who pass this exam is 6%. And it's actually a trick as well. I mean, he told Iruma that he has to become a king, but that was a lie. The actual condition for passing this exam is to find someone suitable among the many years and establish them as the king. So instead of being the one that leads everyone, he's the one who manipulates stuff from behind the scenes and become a king creator. We're being introduced to more and more of the Iruma world outside of Babulus, and I'm sure we'll see the instability that the 13 Crown mentioned very soon. So if you guys want me to cover that, then comment and subscribe and click on the video on screen for more similar content from me on not just Iruma, but a lot more anime in general.